Jazakumullah. Next question, please. Abdul Rahman Sahib.
This is a hadith from Bukhari. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كيف أنتم إذا نزل ابن مريم فيكم وإمامكم منكم وفي رواية فأمكم منكم. So some people refer from this hadith that وإمامكم منكم وفي رواية فأمكم منكم refers to Imam Mahdi and not to Isa alayhi salam.
This is no problem indeed, because Hazrat Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, first translation I think better in English, in Arabic for them, for the friends, please. This hadith has two versions which clarify the meaning, in fact. If you read Imamukum Minkum, it in no way permits the translation to mean that there will be an imam from among yourselves, because the zamir of Amma will return to Jesus Masih ibn Maryam, because it is he who is mentioned alone. So when you read كيف أنتم إذا نزل ابن مريم فيكم نزل ابن مريم فيكم وإمامكم منكم, this may mean and he will be your imam. But some people translate it differently. They say this means, and in addition to that, they will be your imam from among yourselves. You see, this is the confusion. But if you read the second portion of the same riwayat, which says, فَأَمَّكُم مِّنْكُمْ, this could not be referred to another Imam Mahdi other than Jesus Christ. Because فَأَمَّكُم مِّنْكُم means كَيْفَ أَنْتُمْ إِذَا نَزَلَ ابْنُ مَرْيَمَ فِيكُمْ فَأَمَّكُم مِّنْكُمْ. And he will be, he will lead you, because it is he alone who is mentioned. No other Imam is mentioned. And أَمَّكُم مِّنْكُم being yours he will lead you. So how can we reconcile these two different prophecies, different versions? This is the question which I told you about. It's no problem, because it has already been resolved by Hazrat Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And that is the hadith in Ibn Majah, which says, Lal Mahdiyo illa Isa. So however you translate this hadith explains the meaning very clearly, and there is no contradiction between these two different statements. If Jesus it is who reappears in the Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he is not the old Jesus borrowed from the Ummah of Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, then this tradition and that tradition have no contradiction whatsoever. Then it means the Imam who will be from among you, he will be Isa alayhi salatu wasalam and none other. There will be no other Imam from among you but he, the Isa alayhi salam who will descend. فَأَمَّكُم مِّنْكُمْ can have a new connotation then. And it may mean that an Imam will be accepted by him who will lead the prayers, but the Imam appointed by God will be he. Imamukum Minkum will be he, while Ammakum Minkum someone else may lead the prayers. Now, this is exactly what happened during the time of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam. He was first made Imam Mahdi. And when he was appointed as Imam Mahdi, he claimed to be the Imam appointed for this age. And he founded Jamaat Ahmediyya in 1889. Then in 1891, he claimed to be, or 1901, in 1901, he claimed to be the Messiah. Or was it in
1891?
1891.
Yes.
I have forgotten, these dates sometimes are difficult to remember each date of all that I have read about. So we'll provide you the exact date tomorrow. But there is no shadow of doubt that Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam did not claim to be the Messiah at the time that he founded his Jamaat as an Imam appointed by God. So Imam was there. He it was who was raised into the status of Messiah. And as such, this prophecy and the other prophecy that Lal Mahdi illa Isa got merged into one clearly and understandably, and the prophecy got fulfilled in a fantastic way. He was the Mahdi, while Isa came, that is, he was made, already there was an Imam from among you. And an Imam who used to ask other Aimma to lead the prayer, which was Masrur's habit. And then Messiah comes. And I'm sorry, this practice of Masih Maud started after he was appointed Messiah. Of this I'm sure. So there are very minute things. Ordinary reader, which is not well versed in Ahmadiyya ideology, may become a bit confused. So that is why I want to open up everything. The things which are important, which must be remembered, are relating this hadith and the other hadith which I have quoted. In this hadith, the subject remains a bit confused and apparently contradictory to. In other hadiths, it is categorically mentioned that Isa and Mahdi will not be two different things. So if he descends from heaven and he is the same old Jesus of Moses Ummah, then this hadith means nothing. As Jesus descends, he will be Imamukum Minkum. How could he be Imamukum Minkum? He descends from somewhere else. And then the other hadith will also obstruct his passage by telling us that Rasulullah ﷺ has predicted that Lal Mahdiyu illa Isa. So if a Mahdi had preceded Isa, then how could Isa be acceptable? When this prediction, Rasulullah ﷺ combines them into one single person, as if they are two different titles applied to one single person. Now you understand the problem? So these are the problems relating to this hadith and that hadith, which can only be resolved if we believe that Imam Mahdi is a title and Messiah is a title. The Imam Mahdi, the title of Imam Mahdi was granted to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's, one of the Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's Ummah first. Prior to that person was raised to the status of Messiah. So when later he was also appointed the Messiah, then these traditions became fulfilled in letter and in spirit. Lal Mahdiyu illa Isa, he it would be who will be made Isa, no other Isa will descend from heaven. Number two, he will be the Imamukum Minkum. Because Isa coming from a different ummah cannot be Imamukum Minkum. That Isa has to be Imamukum Minkum according to this hadith. But he is not. So these two traditions read together resolve the problem for us. That Imamukum Minkum, would it be who will be made into Isa? It will be an Imam born in the Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who will be later appointed by God to be the Isa of the age, and as such the prophecy Lal Mahdi illa Isa will be fulfilled. Have I made myself clear? Thank God. You understand, but I hope all the rest of the listeners also understand, because they are not used to this type of explanation which attempts to resolve apparent contradictions.
Okay. No,
Immakum Minkum, now finish with this now.
Okay.
After this, because it was the first attempt, perhaps I didn't make myself clear. So I will do it in short spells, and you please translate. The first is the reference to wa Imamukum Minkum. It cannot mean that Jesus will be Imamukum Minkum. Otherwise, between the war should not have been there. Unless there was wa yakunu Imamukum Minkum, the meaning is not complete. Simple case of Arabic. Kaifa antum iza nazala fikum إذا نزل ابن مريم فيكم, complete. If he is the Imam of the Ummah, then the verse should have, the hadith should have said, وَيَكُونُ إِمَامُكُم مِّنكُم. Right? Which is, it does not say. If it is the same Imam, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, then if you remove waw, then also the reading is correct. Kaifa antum iza nazala fikum, iza nazala fikum, masi pehle aata hai? Kaifa antum iza nazala ibn Maryam, that's first. Kaifa antum iza nazala ibn Maryama fikum, without waw, Imamukum Minkum. That makes sense, correct? But the word wow it is, which creates a problem. So the next version is, to which we may turn now. Kaifa antum iza nazala ibn Maryama fikum wa ammakum minkum. And he would lead you, being from within you. You understand? He will lead you being from within you. Now how could he be descending from another ummah, an outsider, and this hadith would call him minkum? So it only means that that Imam is not physically descending from somewhere else. He comes from God, that is why the word nuzul is used. But he would be minkum all the time. No, you understand? This meaning is supported by the other hadith which I have quoted. So I beg your pardon for the confusion which my first attempt made. Now I believe this is the right way of handling this. Please.
والحديث لا يقول ذلك.
I think again
repeating.
There is some confusion because I raised a different point here. I didn't say that we have a right to remove the waw. We have no right. When Rasulullah said, and those who reported this hadith, waw has to be kept there. So if you read waw, it may not be translated. The verse, this hadith may not be translated as that Jesus Christ, when he descends, he will be your Imam. You see? Then he can't be the Imam. Because كيف أنتم إذا نزل فيكم إذا نزل ابن مريم فيكم وإمامكم منكم. Wow has to be understood as Haliya, not as Atifa. That is the point. Because if it were Atifa, then Yakunu has to be repeated. Otherwise, it's wrong Arabic. It's impossible for Rasulullah to have predicted such an important thing in wrong Arabic. إِذَا نَزَلَ ابْنُ مَرْيَمَ فِيكُمْ وَإِمَامُكُم مِّنكُم is wrong if he is to be the Imam. Then it should be وَيَكُونُ إِمَامُكُم مِّنكُم. He it will be when he descends, he will become your Imam. But it does not say that. Right? So Haliya means he will descend while your Imam will already be raised from among you. See? That is why I explained how it got fulfilled. When Hazrat Masih Maud was made an Imam first, and then he was told that God commissioned him to be the Messiah of the age. What right have we got to say that? I drew that right from the other hadith, Lal Mahdiyu illa Isa. The titles may come one after the other, but the person will remain the same. Now am I clear? Try again. Please.
Lal Mahdiyu illa Isa.
So when there is no Mahdi other than Isa, so the Isa that descends has to be from the Ummah. And the same person as Imam Mahdi. This is very clear now. There is no contradiction between the two. Now next please. Thank God. You know, this was a difficult, I told you, this was a difficult exercise for him because it was also for me to make people who are unfamiliar with this understand what we have in mind and to prove it clearly to them was a difficult task. And it's not his fault as much as mine, because I couldn't explain myself clearly. So naturally he couldn't. So thank God it's all over now. Right? Next question.
So this is another question.